If I were to ask you an interesting question, and the culture that you've been able to create, we've all been inside of companies that you're like, what is the culture here? It's every man for himself. It's the typical kind of what we think of a corporate company culture. If I were to take your culture that you've created and been a part of, I were to take it away and replace it with the average culture, how would that impact your business starting today?
Yeah, I think so for us, it's more about openness, like how you can have open communication and how you can be transparent with people and how you can have this open door policies, open office spaces. So that's where I think the foundation is coming. So that is resolving a lot of things. From an organization point of view, you need certain roles. And when you have roles, it creates a hierarchy that's there. But then again, how people can go beyond these hierarchies and then how they can communicate well. As an example, at WSO2, even an intern who joins, they can talk to the CEO without any issue. An intern, if they have an idea that they can bring to the product development, they can easily bring that. There are no barriers and there's a framework for them to bring those ideas. So I think, as I said earlier, you can just tell we have open communication, we have open door policies, but if it is not practical, then it doesn't work. So how you can make those statements, but make it a reality and then operate in that way, and everybody kind of believe on it and then act on it is the key thing. So I think that's the one difference that we see about the culture we have. And another thing that I would like to highlight, understanding the competition is outside, not inside, because sometimes organizations, they compete with each other internally and then just wasting a lot of time. But if you look at it, actual competition is outside. Why you competing with each other? Then I think people operation, they do have a bigger role there to have an environment that people don't compete with each other internally. Rather, the career paths are clear and then people have enough opportunities for them to take and get advantage out of it. So that's a main thing. I think to do that, you need to have that particular environment. And if I go in detail about it, most of the time, how you can be successful in your career comes with the management role. A lot of people think how many people reporting to me, giving the power as well as giving the value that you are generating. I think that's wrong because if you just stick to that, then number of people who can be on those management roles are limited, then it's blocking. And individual contribution or individual contributors is another career path. When you have an environment that, yes, you have the management roles as well as you have the individual contributor roles, then you don't have any problem. Then people not fight for these management roles. Some people will take that path and some people will take the individual contributor role. And the individual contributor is also treated in the equal manner. So I'll take one example. I used to work for a tech company in Ireland, in Dublin. They are the principal engineers, very senior principal engineers who was working as an engineer for 20, 30 years. And they had the equal kind of respect, like a CTO, chief architect, that level of roles. When they come to a meeting room, people were highly respected them. And then they had a say inside those meetings. And I noticed that there are junior engineers. Even I was a junior engineer at that time. And we want to be that principal engineer, that only the management person. So I think those are like part of the things that you can create to have a different culture and then more kind of an effective culture within the organization. So these are examples that you can't create culture based on a cookie cutter approach. That's why like it's rooted inside how you operate and what you want to achieve from your organization.